talking Montrose Redhawks football with Coach Brett Mertens on the team.
And Redhawks coach Brett Mertens brought to you by the Rick Nelson Agency and American Family Insurance. For a free comparison, call this team of licensed professionals at 970-241-0078. Montrose had a bye week. They face Central at home on Friday night. Brett Mertens joins us. Brett, appreciate the time. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, guys.
So, bye week for your football team, getting some guys healed up a little bit, some bumps and bruises, working on a few things. What are some things you kind of focused on with the bye week, getting ready for Central coming to your place?
Yeah, all of the above. So we were able to give a few guys a couple of days off to heal, and we were able to kind of work on some things that we just wanted to get better at as a program, and we were able to give our kids a couple days off over the weekend. So it was real nice, and they came back Monday, kind of excited to be back at it, and that's always important. You don't want to have any. The last thing you want is for kids to get burned out or not feel like they want to be there, which I don't think happens, but that's always just something I always like to err on the side of, making them want to be hungry for it again. So,
but sometimes that rest, that bye week comes at a good time, and for your football team, certainly getting a chance to kind of refresh here a little bit before Central comes in. Then, of course, you'll have Fruita Monument coming up as well on your schedule. So a couple of good teams from the Valley that you'll take on over the next couple of weeks before you get into league play. So the players had a couple days off. Does that mean Coach Mertens and the coaching staff, do you guys get any time off, or is like, nope, we're looking at film, we're looking at what we've done in practice, we're evaluating those things, or there's no rest for the wicked or a head football coach this time of the year?
No, we all got families and stuff, so we enjoyed some time off too, and we're able to spend a little time away, and now we're back at it. But we don't get paid enough money to take it that serious, so we obviously spent some time with our families and just enjoyed some time down, and it was nice to not have we're able to, just like I said, just the main thing is family time, and almost all of us have families, and that's always important. You always got to balance that. So
absolutely, downtime important for football players, but also coaching staff as well. Spend some time with the family. Brett Mertens, Montrose football coach, with us today on the Team Sports Network. Just going back and once again kind of looking at the film and breaking down some things from the Palisade win, Brett, any other takeaways that you go back and look at that game, maybe a little bit of distance from that game because of the bye week, of some things that kind of stood out for you that maybe we didn't talk about when we previously talked about the win against the Bulldogs?
I don't know. I guess, beating Palisade keeps looking better and better with how well they're playing football, right? So I think that's an encouraging thing for our team to be able to, it's always a good win there, and I think Palisade's going to go win a lot of games, and so, you start looking at things like RPI and that, and having a win against Palisade is probably going to help us out down the road. So I think it was a nice win for us, and certainly something we didn't take for granted, so it was good, but we're certainly moving forward and looking forward to Central this week, and so we haven't spent a ton of time, revisiting that. We're mostly just looking ahead.
Brett Mertens, Montrose Redhawks football coach, with us on the Team Sports Network. So, Brett, for your football team, you of course have Central coming in, a homecoming on Friday night. You're off to a 3-0 start, number 3 team right now in the Colorado Preps 4A poll. And it's a Central team that they got their first win of the season last Thursday, 34-0 over Eagle Valley, where they forced 9 turnovers in that game. And I asked Ryan Whittington, their coach, I go, have you ever had a game where you've had forced 9 turnovers? He said, 6-1 game when I believe he was at Delta, but not coaching with Ben Johnson, but not 9 turnovers in a game. I know Eagle Valley is maybe not the best football team on the Western Slope, but that's still an impressive number. That defense, Dom Colosimo had a couple of pick sixes in that game for Central. That's an impressive number that has to be acknowledged.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they got some great athletes. I mean, that's a team that to be honest with you, probably has as good or better skill position players than we do, and so they got a lot of really good kids. They got a lot of kids that fly to the ball and make plays when they get there, good ball skills, kids that can catch the ball, and so there's certainly that. I mean, when we looked at it as a staff, it was kind of a funny game to watch because it was just like every time Eagle Valley would get the ball, Central would turn them over, like literally almost every time. So, we looked at it, and I guess we decided mainly that we maybe just won't try some of those plays that Eagle Valley was trying. So I'll try to run the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, which is what you guys like to do anyway. So that's not a real problem. It's not like you guys getting out of your comfort zone, doing something that you don't normally do. When you look at Central, Asher Carter, their quarterback, athletic guy that also he had a touchdown pass to Jaime Padilla, and he had an interception in that game as well, playing as a defensive back. Carter's a good athlete, and Padilla and him, as we've talked with Ryan Whittington about, Brett, they developed a nice little connection here in the passing game of the last couple of contests.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And like I said, they got some good skill kids. I mean, we actually were able to kind of compete up there at CMU. Had a little 7-on-7 over the summer, and they were up there, and I think they won the whole thing. And so, they definitely are good at throwing the ball. And if you give the quarterback time, and if you allow him to, kind of process information, he does a really good job of finding guys, and then he's got guys that can do something with it when they catch it. So, they're certainly going to make some plays, and we've talked to our defense about that. It's not going to be a perfect game, and there's going to be moments where they make a big play or maybe even get a long touchdown pass, and so we're just going to have to stay consistent and overcome those things and not be able to, or not dwell on maybe one play and just really focus on the entirety of the game, and hopefully by the end of that game we've made some plays too, and we can do some things to frustrate them and get some big plays our way too.
Brett Mertens, Montrose Red Hawks football coach, with us. Last year, Torrin Scott came on. He was their leading rusher, and this year it's really been Caleb Moats that's led the way. 152 yards on the ground. He averages 4.3 yards per carry. Dom Colosimo's also had a chance to have 9 carries. He has their best per carry average at 9.6, but Moats, talk about him a little bit, number 22 for them, because he has emerged as really their top running threat. Yeah,
he's done a nice job, and really stepped in there. I thought, I think the other young man you're referring to, I believe, is number 1, who looked like he might have got hurt in that first game. So, obviously, whoever they put back there, when you spread the field like they do, you create a lot of space, and if you have a kid that's a good athlete and maybe is a little shifty, can make one guy miss, then obviously you got a chance for a big play. And so, we're just going to have to tackle really well. We've been emphasizing trying to fly to the football and just get as many hats to the football as we can, and I think that's going to be key for us against Central for sure.
All right, so, of course, homecoming for the Red Hawks. They take on Central Friday night. Our next broadcast of Montrose football will be here in town when it's Fruita Monument over on KNZZ coming up the following Thursday. So we'll have coverage of that game on 102.1 in Montrose coming up week after next over on 1100 KNZZ. Hey, Brett, I appreciate